Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Motorists passing by the waterfront seaplane terminal are going to see new signage in plain view in front of the facility. News 2's April Knight brings the story behind the man after whom the terminal is named.
The sky is full of new frontiers. These were the words of Charles Blair Jr., the man after whom the well-known waterfront seaplane terminal was just named. Government dignitaries joined residents this morning in the naming ceremony, where they honored the man and remembered the years when aviation was fairly new in the territory.
That was a big thing in the community when they goose everybody, remember the young everybody running around. You guys heard what just happened? The goose landing cruise fish. That's a big story.
Younger Virgin Islanders may not be too familiar with Charles Blair Jr., but to those who witnessed his contributions to tourism and aviation in the community, naming the seaplane terminal after him more than makes sense.
He was a pioneering pilot who set flight records, worked with Pan Am and NASA, and was named the world's outstanding aviator by then-President Harry Truman.
He was one of those bigger than, larger-than-life personalities. He was very handsome. He held himself. I like Charlie a great deal, and his wife Maureen.
His personal life may have also helped tourism in the territory. His marriage to Hollywood star Maureen O'Hara drew eyes to the territory, including those of John Wayne, who came to St. Croix several times at the couple's invitation. But more importantly, he built the first seaplane airline in the territory, the Antilles Airboats.
And he bought used boats and ran an airline with it. And so the seaplane airlines today and the Sea Flight Airlines have a proud legacy in Charles F. Blair.
The airboats was a part of the community, the goose. Everybody loved the goose.
Tragedy struck in 1978 when Blair's Grumman Goose crashed halfway between St. Thomas and St. Croix. 35 years later, his legacy is remembered, and his name becomes permanent fixture by the seaplane facility he helped create. April Knight, News 2.
Meanwhile, the seaplane terminal in St. Croix is also scheduled to be named after a local airman. Stay tuned to News 2 for updates. Prison officials confirmed Tuesday that the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility still remains on modified lockdown since the possibility of a meningitis scare. Last Thursday, an inmate who had been sick for more than a week was taken to the Juan Luis Hospital. He had complained of stomach pains and showed no signs of improvement. He's being tested for meningitis. But prison officials say the lab results have not come back, although there is restricted movements for prisoners. Golden Grove has resumed normal operations, including visits. Police on St. Thomas and St. Croix are investigating non-fatal shootings, two that occurred at about the same time on August 26. Police say on St. Thomas around 9 a.m. they were advised that a 49-year-old man was injured by a gunshot to his left leg. The victim told police that he was selling coconut water to a customer. When the customer finished drinking the coconut water, he threw it at the victim. The victim threw it back at him. The man walked off and got into a brown Toyota Tercel. He fired a shot toward the victim, hitting him in the leg as he drove off. On St. Croix, also at 9 a.m., police responded to the Juan Luis Hospital to investigate. A male victim had gunshot wounds to his upper left shoulder blade. The victim was shot while in Estate Williams Delight. Meanwhile, police continue to search for the driver responsible for the fatal hit and run that killed Nadine Foster Hector as she walked on Northside Road with her 4-year-old grandson. Police are on the lookout for a dark-colored Suzuki Vitara, Grand Vitara, or Sidekick that sustained front-end damage. They have reached out to body shops and car repair businesses and the public as the investigation continues. Meanwhile, St. Croix Police Chief Paris is thanking the community for the assistance they are receiving.
I want to encourage the person responsible in this incident to turn yourself in. The initial act was an accident. Your action since then takes precedent for our actions. In another unrelated incident, because of the assistance we have received from the community, a robbery suspect turned himself into the police. He is charged with robbing 2 women at gunpoint. Our wanted poster and tips from the community caused Martin Isidore to turn himself in. Please continue to be our added eyes and ears. With your assistance, we can make St. Croix a safer place.
The St. Croix Democratic Party held a membership meeting Saturday to discuss the economic crisis and the recent Hovensa negotiations. They invited St. Croix Elections Chair Adelbert Bryan, who talked about issues surrounding the upcoming election. They also invited Senate President Sean Michael Malone, who talked about the Hovensa vote and plans after the vote. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
We begging you to tell the governor Chihuahua safe, get together and fix everything.
During a St. Croix District Democrats meeting Saturday, resident Marilyn Charles told lawmakers and the community how she felt about the failed negotiations surrounding the Hovensa oil refinery and the endless battle between senators and the governor.
We put you guys there to look out for the best interests of St. Croix especially. We are hurting very bad.
Democrats held the meeting to provide the public with an opportunity to question lawmakers about what will happen next, considering the VI's shaky economy.
I want to thank Senator Sean Michael Malone for being here to discuss a little bit about what they were doing when it came to the negotiations with the Hovensa deal. Our members wanted to hear that. And I think they feel a little bit more comfortable that what they saw on TV wasn't the only representation. He assured us that they have their plan B, C, and D.
We want to see language and an agreement that's favorable for both sides, that we are comfortable in ratifying, that protects our people, protects our government, to avoid any layoffs in the future, all of those things.
Senate President Malone said the St. Croix community shouldn't worry. There are several investors seriously looking at St. Croix, but the details can't be disclosed right now. What he and fellow senators do want is for the governor to go back to the table and consider the concerns they raised about the agreement. For Marilyn and others like her who want to see improvements in both the economy and St. Croix, it can't come soon enough.
I am a starving taxi driver. I have work on the road, no jobs. All the workers that leave Hess, we have to pay property taxes, mortgage, what killing me.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
The governor and elected officials were supposed to meet today to discuss the Hovensa issue. The Senate President's office told News 2 that meeting had been postponed. Meanwhile, the St. Thomas Democratic District Committee is presenting a pre-Labor Day back-to-school fun day, including free books, pencils, hamburgers, hot dogs, drinks, and a basketball 4-on-4, along with a free throw contest with the St. Thomas District Committee team versus junior high school youngsters from the neighborhood of Curran Terrace, beginning at 1, and that goes on until 3. Then from 3:30 to 5:30, it will be at the Pearson's Gardens. The committee will give away pencils to the first 300 youngsters in each neighborhood. Many officials will be in attendance and in the competitions. Well, after 2 years of planning a program to improve the quality of childcare in the Virgin Islands, today the Virgin Islands Department of Human Services launched the VI Steps to Quality, or VIS2Q. The pilot program will benefit 24 childcare programs by providing technical assistance and financial support. In addition to professional development and a stronger relationship with parents, Human Services says it will also be offering quality improvement grants and other financial incentives to interested childcare programs in the territory. We will have more in Wednesday's newscast. The India Association of the Virgin Islands is preparing for their 67th Independence Day celebration. President Mullo Alwani and His Excellency Ajit Kumar, the Consul General of India to Atlanta, and the association is inviting you to celebrate the Independence Day of India this Friday, August 30th, at the Grand Ballroom of the Marriott's Frenchman's Reef Beach Resort. This formal event will include cocktails and dinner. Now, you must RSVP. Call 776-4160 for more information. India's independence was recognized on August 15th. India's Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on Thursday addressed the nation of the 67th Independence Day of India. He spoke on the inclusive and inspiring growth in the country and talked about the efforts to shape up a new India. Many events were held. President Obama is considering limited military strike on Syria to punish Syrian President Bashar Assad for using chemical weapons in his country's civil war. Tara Mergina reports from the White House. Half-year high. This is a New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank's Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 170, Nasdaq 79, S&P 26. Well, coming up on News 2, getting to the core. That's the plan for teachers, school-based administrators, and other educational staff. Core meetings were held. Details. Plus, if you missed it, as promised, highlights from the 7th VI Idol Grand Finale competition that was held on Saturday at the Ryco Center for the Arts. We'll be right back. St. Croix Department of Education is hosting a Common Core conference this week that is geared towards individual attention to students, staff, growth, and quality teaching. NEWS2's Shanika Robinson has more.
Creating schools in St. Croix that provide a world-class education for all students is this year's theme of the Department of Education's Common Core Conference, where teachers, school-based administrators, and other educational staff will be involved in professional learning activities that are centered on gaining a deeper understanding and continued implementation of the Common Core state standards.
What we have planned to do is make sure that we do our orientation and have a conference for all the groups that are coming back. The theme, again, is creating great schools in St. Croix that provide a world-class education for all students. And we feel that in order to accomplish that, we really need to focus on additional individual attention to students. We need to focus on staff growth, and we need to focus on quality teaching. And so those are some of the things that we're going to be highlighting this week for all staff within the district.
Over the upcoming year, the district will be focused on getting to the core of the Common Core state standards and implementing best practices to prepare students for the next grade level, college, and careers.
We're going over all our policies and procedures to make sure that we're consistent in everything that we do. Reviewing the Board of Education policies, some items that came out from the VI code, some issues within the department, and getting from them some of the things that didn't work well, some things that we need to look at. So we're having some very good discussions.
At the conference, attendees will have the opportunity to communicate, collaborate, and learn with colleagues from both the public and private sectors in order to provide input. The core conference presenters are all certified in the Common Core state standards, and additional presenters will present and bring forth a wealth of knowledge on the best practices and available resources.
We have Consuelo Kickbush is actually addressing them as well to break up, going through all the policies, and can be a bit tedious. So Consuelo is giving some remarks to the administrators. And we have Dr. Stephen Peter, who is the author of the book, Do You Know Me Enough to Teach Me? And he will be actually making a keynote presentation to our principals.
Shaniqua Robinson, NEWS2.
Over the weekend, employees at the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority on St. Croix painted, pressure washed, cleaned, and beautified the Juanita Gardine Elementary School. WAPA adopted the school several years ago, and each year they make it their duty to help the school get ready for the upcoming school year.
We have adopted the school, and this year we decided to do some cleanup. We have a project that's going to be going on in the gymnasium, but right now we're just focusing on the presence in the front of the school. We have some painting going on for the benches and the jungle gym. And we have other projects that we want to do upcoming to help them.
In doing a tremendous job at the Juanita Gardine Elementary School. They are painting the benches, they're trimming trees, they're going to pressure wash the walkways and the gutters for us. They also gave us a gift. We got our ID machine from them this year as well. And they're so eager to be here to help.
The new VI idol, as we reported, is Elva Escobar. Now, if you missed all the show-stopping performances, here are the highlights from the 7th annual VI Idol Grand Finale competition that was held last Saturday at the Croix Center for the Arts. What does it take to become the VI Idol? Well, more than 16 talented musicians learned that it's much more than just a great voice. There's lyrical contents of the music, style and swag, stage presence, and performance. Some of the categories judges were focused on during the 7th VI Idol Grand Finale competition that was held on Saturday at the Croix Center for the Arts.
L-I-V-E-U-P, for your elf in the sky, if you're with me, live up for you, live up for me, live up for our communities. Love, endlessly, love, between all the brothers, love, forever and ever, love is all we need.
I remember last year you stopped everybody from looking. Me, I'm cooking up that stuff that keeps them coming. You can never stop my grind. 30,000 tracks and running. They say homies are from Mars, women are from Venus, but I can't keep a girlfriend because I'm thinking with my oldest.
Oh, baby, after all, I'm a queen, not just a girl at her best. And if you are my all, then be the king that I deserve, I know less. Baby, after all, I Well, open your eyes, then your eyes. What do you see? The beauty.
Fans had the opportunity to select from all contestants and vote to see who moved forward to the grand finale. Preliminary competitions took place from July. Finalists were backed by a live band and presented original songs. There were celebrity judges in the house, including Daniel Skid Mitchell of Sean Diddy Combs' Bad Boy Records.
I love the record. I'm going to go to 9.5.
9.5.
Proud to keep it down. Lord have mercy on this body now. Courage like a bullet Ducati out. There's a chance that she might roll, but you won't. Glancing under the crescent moon, I smell you from all across the room.
And I promise never to let go.
And at the end of the night, the new VI idol was crowned.
With a score of 49.5, our VI Idol 2013.
Well, congratulations, Elva Escobar. She won, received cash, trophy, gift certificates, a car, rims and tires, production of a music video, round trip to Atlanta to record in a platinum recording studio, and a smartphone with service. Congrats to all the contestants, the winner Elva Escobar and LP Records, Alico. Well, the Labor Day holiday weekend signifies the end of summer, the start of the school year, and in St. Croix it also means it's time for the Mama Candy Dyer Rib Cook-Off. So that's on Sunday beginning at 3 p.m. at Above the Cliff on the North Shore. Top chefs will be cooking up a storm of barbecue ribs and smoked ribs and vegetarian ribs. There's also kids' activities, live music by Marisol and the Drunk Dumplings, and more. It's presented by the Crew de Croix. Proceeds will fund the annual Mardi Croix Parade. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.